Hello, everybody. We're all still logging in. I only see six of you here. Hello, LaShonda, April, Cindy, Anna, Ashley, Mary. Oh, yeah, Mary. Oh, and Nicole's there. And Jess. Oh, you got a bunch of people there. Okay. Welcome. Oh, Jess, it must be your first day there. Welcome. We're glad to see you, Jess. All right. So, really quick, while everyone is logging on, we have a couple of one really sensitive topic, and the others are not as sensitive. And we wanted to introduce you to another new team member that some of you may not know who she is and what she does. So go ahead, get logged in, get set up, and I'm gonna give you about 30 seconds. I'm not going to do a trivia question unless you have a good one off the top of your head. Okay, so we're not going to do a trivia question today, but I did want to give you some more information, some updates on COVID-19, and to go from there. All right, let's start with the COVID-19 update. June 5th, the governor is still planning on opening up parts of Pennsylvania. Our counties that we serve will only be moving into the yellow, which means we still will not be providing community participation supports or any other community-based programs. All of our programs will remain running how they are. We will begin having transitional meetings to make sure that we are where we need to be so that once we hit the green, we are cleared and good to go. The second part of COVID-19 is the governor is still suggesting that if you're in a grocery store, Walmart, Target, wherever you're doing your shopping and things, please, you should still be standing 6 feet apart. You should still be wearing a mask and doing all of those wonderful things. Hey, Miss Liz. All right. Hey, Tyree. All right. And really quick, so now I want to introduce you to our special guest today. This is Janine Wilkins. She is new to our team, and I'm going to put her on the spot and ask her some questions. But first, we're going to ask her to tell us a little bit about herself.
Hi, I'm Janine Wilkins. I'm the new compliance manager here. I'm excited to be here. I am a licensed attorney in Pennsylvania. I primarily do contracting, research contracts, and compliance issues. So thank you for having me.
So so the other side of what she'll be doing is, I'm not going to ask you to give a thumbs up, but many of you have had some legal issues in the past. Many of you have had legal questions, whether you're buying a house, buying a car, filing for bankruptcy, getting married. Here's one of the things I learned when I first got married. I didn't realize this. In Pennsylvania, after you've been married for 6 months, your spouse is entitled to half of everything you have. I learned that from an attorney. So whatever questions you have, as part of our EAP benefits, that's our employee assistance program, you will be able to have 1 hour of free consultation with Janine to discuss any of your legal issues. Then after that, if you want to hire her on your own, you can do that. So that's the other part of what she's going to be doing. But right now, I'm going to do with her what I've done with some of you, and we're going to ask her some questions. So May is National Mental Health Awareness Month. So I've been asking you every day to make sure you wear something green. I have on lime green socks, kind of lime green, lemon lime, greenish, yellowish socks. That's my green for today. And we've been focusing on things that we can do. Oh, it is June, Robert.
It is.
Robert, way to mess me up.
Thanks, Robert. Excellent. Robert, you're the guy.
I had a whole plan, Robert. Thank you. Mary,
and
thank
Mary.
You too, Mary. Thanks for co-signing, Mary.
I thank you.
Well, then I guess I'm going to have to change it up really quick. Shantae, it's not that funny. Thank you. Thank you all very much. Then we'll switch it up. Okay. So could you tell us, Janine, a little bit about why'd you go into law and why compliance? Why now?
Okay. I went into law, long story short, on a whim. I was completing my bachelor's degree at Temple. I knew I liked learning and I wanted to do more learning. But I did not. My degree is in my bachelor's degree is in mass communication, broadcast journalism, and I knew I did not want to get a master's of fine arts or anything in the communications realm. Um, so I started looking up different careers that sounded appealing to me and the way my mind thinks. I see big pictures, but I see the details within the big picture. I'm able to understand the left side and the right side simultaneously and come to conclusions. So my goal was to be a judge. So a lot of my social media handles are Judge J9 because that's what I went to law school, was to actually become a judge. And then just life happened, things happen in life. And I did not continue on that path. But I do like investigations. I like to make sure things are done correctly, that I's are dotted and T's are crossed. And I think I have an eye for that. And I think my mind is able to understand a whole bunch of components that I think go into compliance, not just understanding why we do things, but understanding how they are supposed to be done and how we can get to the right road of the side of the tracks in the best way possible. So to be efficient and effective.
Do you all have any questions for Janine? You can ask. And I see Sarah saying
it's LGBTQ. Pride Month is June.
Is it June?
I always thought it was October, but
yeah.
But okay.
October's, I think, Hispanic and breast cancer awareness too. I don't know. Thanks, Sarah, for the reminder. Do any of you have any questions for Janine? That's good to know.
Robert. Thank you. You're welcome.
So that you tons of welcomes.
Thank you. I feel welcome. Where is she from? I am from Philadelphia. I used to play the cello for 10 years. I no longer play an instrument. No, I'll just say no.
Sarah, you trying to start a band? We should have an LVAS band.
But I could be a background singer.
Oh, what brought you to LVAS? That's a good question, Kayla. Well, so actually this was Vicky's idea.
It was.
Vicky said, oh, we have to, we're pursuing accreditation with the Joint Commission and with the CARF organization, with CARF. Can't remember what CARF stands for right now, but we're pursuing accreditation. And she said, oh, you should call Janine. And she'd be the perfect person. We really need someone who can do this, this, and this. Why don't you just call? And here we are. Oh, can you split your hour up? That's an HR question. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even.
So like you're saying,
in regards to what?
So like if you have a legal question, like if you use 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there.
You can. Yes, you can.
I was gonna say no. Okay.
No, I'll be fine with that, but we're not gonna do like 5, 5, 5, and 5. Like we're gonna do 30 minutes. That'll, that's about as much as needed. That'll be. I just think logistically, I don't think it'll be good. Oh, I do. I look like Miss Jocelyn. That's interesting.
Oh, I don't see it.
Me either. Actually, but a lot of people have said that.
Any other questions?
Thank you, Russell.
Thanks, Russ. All right. So, yes, half hour. Okay. Yeah. You're there with Robert. Oh, Robert, Mr. Thornton. Hello, Mr. Thornton, and Angel, and Wanda. Hey, guys. So really quickly, I want to just talk about a serious issue, and later on this week, Vicki and I will, we're going to talk to you together. So right now, the world we live in is quite crazy. Between, if we didn't have enough to deal with COVID-19, now there are riots, there's protests, there's looting going on. Whether you realize it or not, Lehigh Valley Adult Services is a wholly owned minority company. If we could toot our own horns for a minute, we are completely debt-free. We don't owe anybody anything. Generally, when we do things, we just pay for it so that we can say we don't owe anyone anything. And with the state of the world, we did not want you to think that we do not realize or understand the tragedies that have happened around George, the tragedies that have happened with Trayvon Martin. We see those things and we recognize them, and we try not to uh, allow our personal or political opinions to influence the way we work or operate with all of you. But what I am going to ask you to do, until Vicki and I can get together and talk with you all openly about our plans and what we're doing here, is I am going to ask you that if you are going to protest, if you are going out, please still practice social distancing. Please use a common sense approach. Please remember that there are people who do love and care about you and want you to come home to them safely. You do have colleagues who do worry about you and who do think about you and who do pray for you. We want you to be safe. So, however you're feeling at this point, at this moment in life, we want you to be safe and make good decisions. Um, I think just being a human being, everyone's heart in some way or another is breaking at this moment. And it is our hope and it is our desire that we can be a part of the healing process, that we don't sow seeds of division or discord within LVAS, within our neighborhoods, our communities, the cities we're in, and amongst each other. We truly love all of you. We appreciate your caring hearts. We appreciate your ability to see beyond. One of the things that makes each of us who work here different is that we're able to take a really bad day. The one thing we have in common, we can take a bad day and make it into a positive day. And what I'm going to ask us to do is to remember you were loved. Remember, there are people that care about you despite whatever your personal feelings are. So until Vicki and I have time, I just wanted to, Vicki and I were talking. We didn't want you to think we're oblivious to the outside world. We're quite aware of the things that happen. Um, as a matter of fact, I have had personal experiences. I've had experiences with I'll give you a quick story. I was going home one day and a gentleman on my street. I don't live on a busy street at all. I don't have a lot of houses on the street I live on. He was driving in the car in front of me and he stopped me. He spun around my cul-de-sac, pulled up next to me, so the cars are like this, put his window down and said, "Why are you following me?" I responded back and said, "I'm not following you. I live here." The gentleman looked at me and said, "That's impossible. You can't live here." And so I waited a minute. And if you know me and know my personality, I went to reach in my glove compartment because I thought this man, he's about to do something crazy. Let me make sure that, and I had my two kids in the car and one of my son's friends. And I had to explain to my son and his friend, who happens to be mixed with his parent. His dad is Brazilian, his mom's Italian, and to my two kids, why the gentleman said what he said. So, whatever your personal feelings are, whatever your experiences have been, um, however you're feeling at this moment in time, own your feelings. It's okay to feel what you're feeling, but what Vicki and I would like to do is for you to hear from both of us and give us a chance to love on you a little bit and let you know how we're feeling, so that we can all be a part of the greater healing process. We appreciate you. We love you. Any final thoughts?
I just want to echo what John has just said, to own your thoughts and to just allow yourself to feel fully. It won't be healthy for you to hold it in or feel like you have to keep up some kind of semblance of normality, because it's not normal. We're not living in normal, or what we once considered normal. We're not living in those kind of times. So just take care of yourself, allow yourself to feel, and definitely remember that you do have family, you have friends here that love you, that care about you, and you're with a company that wants to see you succeed. So please don't do anything crazy. Please don't try and take advantage of those that are looting. Although we see that the cops are kind of allowing people to take things, please don't participate. Just remember, this is going to pass. It's not going to be like this always. We may not go back to what we consider normal, but certainly this state that we are in is not going to remain always. So there is hope, and you are loved.
Thanks, LVAS. We love you, and we will talk more tomorrow. Yeah, don't ask about my little compartment. Listen,
I know
guys,
that's right.
if you see me reaching, it's not a good sign. We love you, LVAS. Have a good night.